All right. December 5th, 2025. This one, it kind of makes me feel like actually posting these and talking, even though right now most people just see my little shorts that I post, which I'm having fun with. I do that. I like to be creative, and I want to get more into that. I want to be creative. But this one is called to preach. Those who were scattered went from place to place proclaiming the word. Acts 8:4. The first century believers who fled weren't the leaders of the church. They weren't people we were considered preachers in today's society. They were spirit-filled followers of Christ under threat of prosecution and death. These followers shared the love of Christ with those around them. We are called to preach also. This can start with us sharing the good news of Jesus with our family, and then including spreading the news to others around us as we grow deeper in our relationship with Jesus. As we know Jesus more, we can preach his good news more. Jesus, help me to know you more. Help me to preach your good news to others around me. May I not be afraid to share your love with those in need. So I think that's a thing that most people don't understand. And when they attack Christianity through most of history, like, they're mostly attacking the church, because there's a lot of examples where the church was profiting from these thoughts and these ideals. But no one who kept the thought of Jesus alive prospered from it. So many suffered from just if Jesus didn't happen, you have to at least acknowledge a human being doing something of Jesus's events, because where did it come from? Nobody, they all got, I don't want to use bad language, but everyone, the Romans killed a lot of people. Everybody prosecuted them and destroyed them. But I mean, if somebody rose from the dead and proclaimed, they came out and they talked and showed people they did this. I really need to educate myself more on all this, because that's always what got me, is that people died defending this ideal. And it wasn't from a leader. I know the church ended up taking over, and that got corrupt. It's almost like unions. When unions start out good for you, but then it's another hand in your pocket, and they got their own incentives and stuff. If he wasn't real, explain where the ideal came from in the beginning. Because anytime anybody talks crap about the Christian church. It's the church. But at one point in time, there was no church. There was just people telling other people a good way to live life and to prosper. And that just because you're screwed up doesn't mean you can't find that. And even if you take away all the God scenario, people sacrifice their blood. And I feel that same way about the United States with the troops and everything. The government might be screwed up, but at the end of the day, how many young soldiers and men actually they shed their blood for these ideals of being unified and free, when men just there's certain men that just want to conquer and take over the world and hold people under their boot. But you can prosper and prosper people along with you. And sometimes you have to do stuff because you're a visionary and you can see the constructs of society and how it needs to work. And sometimes you have to kind of manipulate things and move forward. But to be just ultra greedy and not be working for the good of humanity, that's where then you fuck it. But the people down criticizing these things and not trying to fully understand them are criticizing the wrong things. Because break it down and go back to the beginning. Go back to everybody before a full Christian church was established who died for this ideal. Yeah, some people came along and took advantage of that and did some things that were wrong. But there was blood sacrificed not only by Jesus, by everybody else who refused to just submit to all the crap around them. Nothing's black and white. And here we are today, and it doesn't seem like anybody at the top is really trying to just feel the universe and the people and make things better. And it's on me for not doing more and not being more involved. And I need to do better with myself, and I need to get more involved, and I need in the right ways. Life is fucking beautiful. I'm in the parking lot. I watched all these people go into work that I know and I see, and then I know that there's all this other stuff outside of our reach. Like, this is here, and I can do so much good in here by doing that. Oh, there's too much. It's been 10 minutes. I gotta go to work. I'm gonna stop. Appreciate everybody that watches these. It's mostly just me trying to get used to talking and communicating so that maybe I can do this. Like, maybe I can be an influence in the world and help and make a difference. Because if not, it's just the ideal of the upside of me is so much more beautiful than the downside of me. I think a lot of people need to hear that. I'll make that my closing statement. I hate that it's so far in, but the upside of you is way better than the downside of you. So if you could focus on the upside, do that. I like that. I like that. Thank you guys.